Oh, good morning. You know what? I'm just warming up into Tuesday, February 18th. We're talking about a major acquisition.
Ooh.
Honda-Nissan maybe being back on and Amazon having trouble with its in-person stores.
Hey.
Not so
Call up
easy.
the car dealers, man.
Not so easy.
Call up the car dealers.
Amazon should pay attention to what it's doing with the car buying thing next.
Got him.
Not as easy as you think.
Got him.
What do we know, though?
I don't know. We know a couple two-tree things. We know
one or
some
two.
people that know some things.
We know a lot of people that know things. That's my whole strategy.
Speaking of people that know some things.
We segue?
Oh, a segue into the thing. Matt Murray knows a whole bunch of things. We're going to be talking to him tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern. It's one of our SoDo Quick Shot Edge webinars. They're only 30 minutes. That's all you get, but it's packed full of information. We've seen the deck. We know what it is. You're going to want to pay attention. So you can go to asodu.com, scroll down just a wee bit, and you can register for that SoDo Edge webinar with Matt Murray of Wide Whale. You're not going to want to miss it.
Yeah, these things have been hot.
Yep.
Like the last ones we did at the end of last year, registration was through the roof. People love them because they're fast and you get the recording and it's still fast.
It's still fast. How
I feel
about
it's edutainment.
You know what?
Edutainment. Because you and I will show up and certainly try our best to make fools of ourselves and make you laugh while you learn something. Accomplishing our goal most of the time.
I'm great at making a fool of myself.
Most of the time. Listen, everybody, ASODUCon.com is live. You can buy your ASODUCon tickets. It was so fun yesterday to watch. Now we have a little tracker. So on our internal Slack, we watch tickets roll in now every day. It's that time of the year. It's like the 90 days before Christmas. Nathan, put that graphic back up. When you come to ASODUCon, we've locked in the topics we're going to be talking about. Soon to come, schedule, like the refined schedule, speakers, etc. But our topics are going to cover, of course, AI and some of the people being the most progressive users of it. We're talking compliance, culture, fixed ops, leadership, marketing, multi-rooftop and group dynamics, technology, a whole bunch of other stuff. But when you come to ASODUCon, it is like, we're starting to call it, it's like an automotive accelerator. It's not a conference. It moves the conversation forward so fast because all the right people are there to have all the right conversations.
People keep asking me, like, why is it different? And I think the resounding thing that I've gotten from so many people that have been there, and it's something that, like, I think we experience so often because it's just part of the way that we work, is the speed to a real conversation.
Oh, speed to a real. Good.
People come and they're like, no, you don't understand. I talked about things with people today on the floor after the sessions, all that type of stuff that I never get to just in like regular conversation on a Zoom call or at other events, because there's this like-hearted, like-minded, like similar focus and pursuit that you just like, there's a base level agreement says we're after that. Now I can get to the real stuff.
That's absolutely true. I mean, the vibe is different. You don't know until you get there, but everyone's ready to talk and share and be open-handed and help one another. Even industry partner, we see so much collaboration happening.
So much.
We actually see so many products and collaboration products developed coming out of conversations that happened on a stage at ASODUCon. Trust us, it's not hype. It's actually the real thing. You can ask everybody that's been here. There was like between 500 and 600 people there last year. There's going to be even more this year. So make sure you get your tickets early, primarily so you can get your ticket and then you can book your hotel room because the main hotel where the event is going to book out fast. I think we only have like 203 rooms. We're probably, I don't even know if we're approaching, they might be half gone. I don't know.
It's every single day. There's more and more booked. So
So don't get caught out if you're coming. Make sure you can stay at the event hotel if you want. There's also a lot of other options. I would say there's budget options because there are. Like the Courtyard Mary, we have a rate of like, I think it's like $98. It's ridiculous. But the main event hotel is only $179. It is the nicest hotel room you're going to get in the East Coast. That's a $400 or $500 a night hotel.
Yeah, I think literally the nicest hotel room in the country under $200.
Oh, that's for sure.
I'm calling it.
All right. Well, let's get into some news. Big news today. One of the biggest dealership acquisitions in U.S. auto retail history is on the horizon as Asbury Automotive Group signs a definitive agreement to acquire the Herb Chambers companies. This $1.3 billion deal includes 33 dealerships, 52 franchises, 3 collision centers, adding to Asbury's already pretty large nationwide footprint. represents 2.9 billion in revenue in 2024 alone, making it one of the most significant transactions in the industry. Herb Chambers is going to retain ownership of Mercedes-Benz Boston. I love it. He's like, I'm gonna keep the Mercedes store.
Keep this one just for
little
giggles.
something to do on the weekends. The deal is expected to close late in Q2 2025. Pending all the customary approvals. Asbury CEO David Hult praised the move, saying Herb is an icon in Boston and he has built a world-class organization. Herb Chambers said regarding the sale, quote, "As I look back on the last 40 years in business, I do so with immense pride. And as I look forward, I do so with great satisfaction, knowing what we built together will be in trusted hands."
Look, I think the story here, well, one, it's just massive, right? And you've seen Asbury last year, Coons, this year get Herb Chambers. They're already top 25 groups that they're acquiring into the trying to go after that number one spot. This is what I think. Like, if you're looking to sell anytime in the next 2 years, the major players are no longer going after the failing groups to revive them. There's no one that's saying like, let me go fix a failing group.
Nope.
There is enough success.
They're selling those actually, right?
They're selling them away. There's enough success in the industry where mid to large size groups are going after already profitable, already mainstays, already great in their cities, right? You see a Coons in a DC area that owns the lion's share of the knowledge of like the customer's mind gap. And then same thing in Boston, like Herb. Like if you don't know the Herb Chambers organization in auto, you've just missed it because they are well trusted in the Boston organization. So you see this massive group going after other large groups that are already trusted and already profitable. So if you're looking to sell, it's not wait to get it fixed.
No,
fix it now.
It's fix it, get it good, do something innovative. You know, even with the Coons acquisition, right? You see a tech savvy, a tech forward thinking group get acquired. And just the way like one company acquires another company, it's not just that they want the revenue. It's not just that they want the footprint. A lot of these now, they're looking for groups that are thriving because they have technology, they have systems and processes, they have culture that they would like to now deploy across the rest of the store network. And they see that as a multiplier effect. Yeah, that's a good insight. And this is just another example of that happening. Asbury putting the pedal down.
Speaking of putting the pedal down.
Whoa.
Segue.
I can't tell you, man. This is like a sitcom now. The possibility of Honda and Nissan merging from the world's fourth largest automaker is back on the table, but with one major condition. Honda is saying Nissan CEO Makoto Uchida must step down, according to the Financial Times. Talks to create a $60 billion company did collapse last week, deepening Nissan's struggles amidst all their shortages. Kyle, you're going to have to finish reading this because I'm about to cough.
You're about to cough. Renault and Nissan's board are repeatedly pushing Uchida to exit, with informal discussions on his departure already underway. So the Honda CEO, Toshihiro Mibe, has ruled out a hostile takeover, but is open to renewed negotiations if there's new Nissan leadership. On the news, Mitsubishi shares, which is part of the Nissan world a lot of times because you can stabilize that, increased 8.6%. Analyst Tatsuo Yoshida sees a potential Honda-Nissan partnership as a win-win, but warns that Nissan must first, quote, get its act together.
Okay, so one of the reasons...
Speaking of the first story, getting your act together,
my
getting
gosh.
about, you know what I mean?
Yeah, this is never going to be that situation. One of the things that was mentioned, and I think this is like all according to like a reliable source, right? This whole story, but Honda was saying they need a leader at Nissan who is better capable of handling like dissenting opinions within the organization. So they're saying like, look, yes, there are a lot of opinions, and they don't have confidence that the Nissan CEO can actually navigate that in a productive way and kind of getting all those points of focus into like, this is how we go into the future. So it isn't interesting to say like, we'll talk, but not if they're here. Right. I've never heard of that before.
I mean, I would say like when you're a CEO of an organization like that, you are much more a PR arm. And we've seen that with your, you know, like with the PR arm itself, Elon Musk, right? Like whatever the visible presence of like kind of consuming all of the inputs and spitting them out well is extremely important in these large organizations. It really is. Like, we talk about new media, right? It's the opportunity to get on podcasts and pull in these opinions and be a real person and kind of
aggregate support.
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
even just like, and we saw the whole stuff with Delta yesterday, like the resolve of the Delta CEO and like his presence and poise in his social media posts, things like that, as I watched, like that's important to an organization. Right.
It sure is. It sure is. Well, we'll see what happens next week.
We'll see
on as the merger
Stay
turns
tuned for merger talks on
the new show. Absolutely. Speaking of things getting rolled back,
segue
time.
We all know that Amazon has quite a dominance in e-commerce, but they have continued to stumble in physical retail. As a detailed Wall Street Journal report comes out, from Amazon Go to Amazon Style, the company has repeatedly failed to make in-person stores work, raising questions about its brick and mortar strategy. Amazon Go is down to 16 stores after cutting half its locations since 2023. Amazon Books, Amazon 4-Star, and Amazon Style all shut down within the past 3 years. All of their Just Walk Out tech was moved from Amazon Fresh stores in April of 2024, so that like in and out stuff, as customers preferred Dash Cart, smart shopping carts instead, which are part of like a phone app. Critics argue Amazon, quote unquote, doesn't understand retail with poor store design, lack of clear purpose in past concepts. Whole Foods obviously still remains a success story, where Amazon has made price cuts and tested smaller formats like Whole Foods Market daily shops. But I think that's an outlier because like that was an acquisition and
it was an acquisition, and Whole Foods is an established premium
Right.
product that understands how to merchandise, that understands why their customers shop there. I think Amazon understands why their customers shop online, and I was able to go in a number of these stores that were mentioned in here.
Yeah.
And, it did come out last year that, they had this breakthrough camera tech where you could pick up one thing and like put it in and then just walk out of the store. And I've done it. There's one in the Nashville airport, right? They have all the tech there. And then it came out last year. Actually, there's actually humans manning the cameras.
It's wild.
And it's like not actually an algorithm. It's the humans watching or like being supported. I remember when I saw the first Amazon bookstore I ever saw in New York City, I was like, oh, they just replaced Barnes & Noble, right? They're just going the same playbook. But this is obvious that there is a gap between them understanding why people show up at a physical location. In the article, it mentions like disparate product offerings and like almost taking the warehouse approach to like, there's a lot of random stuff and like I don't have a destination or a reason I'm going here.
Yeah, the way they do online is like some level of controlled chaos. It's like, hey, you didn't know you wanted this. Let me pop it right in front of you.
And it's so personalized.
And it's so personalized. And so like maintaining that level of controlled chaos in a retail shopping environment is not as possible, right? There's a reason why grocery stores are structured certain ways that where everything's going to be, that it, the milk is in the back
or
and the grocery,
stores.
The veggies are on the one side, and like you understand the flow, right? You have to have kind of that flow. And so, getting the controlled chaos of online and into offline, I think was some of where this maybe missed.
It's surprising because you feel like a company with the resources they have and as savvy as they are would be able to do anything they want. I think just this proves the point. You can't do anything you want with all these resources. You have to understand some core elements of the business. And I think this spills over into the automotive conversation, right? Amazon selling cars online, saying they want to keep selling cars online. They want to get into more. They want to get into more manufacturers. They want to get into used cars. Like this is kind of dripping out now. And I think when you look at that aspiration, but then you look at what dealers do every single day who understand what actually happens, what the customers actually ask, what they actually want when they show up. I just think that there's some like comparison here between how they didn't understand that and they likely don't understand what they're trying to do on the auto side.
Well, and for me, this is like go find the experts, right? Like it's proof with the Whole Foods thing, right? They went and found an expert that knew what they were doing in a retail grocery store environment. It's like if you are great at the in-store experience, go find an expert that knows the digital experience. Trust them. Allow them to drive how your digital experience does. If you're an operator that like understands digital and lives in that lane, but like the in-person experience, you're always trying to replicate what's online. Go find an operator that understands the internal experience, the in-store shopping experience. Don't feel like you have to manage both, because if a company like Amazon can't, then you personally probably can't either.
Probably can't either. On the final little anecdotal thing, I made a LinkedIn post about this. I did see a Barnes & Noble in my shopping mall that just popped up. I'm like, we're back to Barnes & Nobles in shopping malls, everyone. Look, it's Tuesday. You have a big week in front of you. Make sure you take care of the people, pay attention to the people, and everything else will come along.